So this is a little blurb that a young woman put up on social media a year or so ago, talking about how she was, obviously, she's kidding. She's trying to make a point. It's a metaphor. But she's talking about how she's going to start going home with guys that are extremely intoxicated and stealing all of their things. And then when she's encountered by law enforcement because of it, she's going to use the excuse that she didn't know they didn't want her to steal all of their things when they said no, that wasn't objective enough, and they were really drunk, so maybe they really did want her to steal all of their stuff. And when you apply that logic to something like burglary or robbery, it seems absolutely ridiculous, right? Clearly, if she were to do the things that she's saying she's going to do, she would be committing a crime. So why do we apply that same line of thinking to sexual assault? Why do we question what the victim does and what their actions are more so than those of the perpetrator? And so that's kind of how we break the ice with young people and talking about consent. And believe it or not, even though I come from a rape crisis center, we do laugh during our presentations with the young people, and we have fun with it because that's the only way to really get them to connect with us on such an important topic. So then I always bring up my 4 rules of consent. Consent is clear, specific, sober, and willing. Specifically with the middle school and high school population, I tell them that if they don't remember anything else from my presentation, this is what I want them to remember. That consent is clear, meaning that you are 100% certain that both parties, or all parties rather, involved are 100% okay with what's going on. And then I ask them, if you are involved in a sexual circumstance and you are 99.9% sure that your partner is comfortable with what's going on, what is the easiest way to clear up that 0.1% chance that they might not be? And usually someone answers with ask. And I tell them, it doesn't have to be that you have a contract in your backpack waiting for this exact moment and you make them sign in blood on the dotted line. No, it's as simple as, hey, are you okay with this? Are you cool with this? I always tell them it takes less than 2 seconds and it can clear up a potentially bad situation for everyone involved. Then specific, so you can consent to some sex acts and not consent to all sex acts, right? So every time that the behavior escalates within that interaction, we want to be rechecking in. They may have been okay with this, but are they now okay with this? Very simple. Sober. So in the state of Ohio, if you are above the legal blood alcohol level to drive, you are too intoxicated to consent to sexual activity. And if you're under the influence of any illegal illicit substance, you are not considered capable of consenting to sexual activity. So when drugs and alcohol are in the mix, it's best just to avoid that activity. And then willing, meaning non-coerced, right? Not talked into it. You shouldn't threaten or blackmail someone into having any kind of sexual contact with you. It's 100% their choice and mutually agreed upon by all parties.